We're a community-minded, community-based, non-for-profit that seeks to support families.
WHEDco has a philosophy and an ethos of listening. So that's really the first place where we begin, is listening.
WHEDco's full name is the Women's Housing and Economic Development Corp. That's a name that was used by our founder, Nancy Lieberman, and it spoke to the fact that at that time, most families in the Bronx were led by women. Most economic practices and small businesses were led by women. And we were born to be a support system for those women who led families and who continue to lead families. And we do that via several mechanisms. Number one, we're an affordable housing developer.
We're really focused on hearing from community members, engaging in meetings with different organizations, with residents, with small businesses, and really listening to what community members were saying. One of the things that we heard very clearly is that there's more affordable housing that's needed.
We provide housing to families across the Bronx, primarily those who make between $30,000 and $60,000 a year. So we're talking about families who are at the lower end of the New York income bracket.
We work with small businesses through our food business incubator, as well as in neighborhood small businesses right here and in each of our neighborhoods, as well as childcare providers who are running their businesses from home.
I'm Priscilla Mello. I am the director of Peanut Butter Jelly Daycare. I was a kindergarten teacher, and I said I wanted to give all my experience to my community. And we were blessed that we filled up, and I had the opportunity that WHEDco was there to support me.
It's really incredible to see the story and the trajectory of people who are just in startup phase, or maybe they have an idea. They're not even startup yet, they have an idea, and they're able to come to us and be able to get assistance to know like what exactly they need to do to get started, the checklist of things, the licenses they need, the permits, accessing space, accessing capital.
My name is Jamie Randall. I am owner and chef of Cocoa Bread. I'm one of the food businesses that operate out of Bronx Cook Space, which is an arm of WHEDco. When I first started, I was operating out of a kitchen where I had to bring all my stuff in, cook, pack it up, leave. It was backbreaking work. So I found WHEDco, and they help with figuring out scaling and ingredients and recipe development. It allowed me to quadruple my business basically overnight.
Knowing that we need support for food, diapers, wipes, markers, and mats, we get that type of help.
It is really a gift to be able to do so many things as an organization, not just affordable housing, which has really been the kind of like the calling card of our organization, is that it can't be just about housing, it can't be just about buildings.
If we feel like we're struggling somewhere, it is great to know you have somebody holding your hand along the way.
It's incredible to know that WHEDco is more than just a space. They call themselves an incubator, and it's really true. As we grow, having that space and the support is essential.
My name is Steven Persia, and I started at PSIS 218, and I got put into WHEDco after school program, and they exposed me to so many different things that to this day now, it just seems like they were one of the biggest reasons why I'm in the position that I am now. They just tailor their experiences to all the kids in the program.
If we don't have that for kids, we lose them. And I think that's what we try to provide.
The mentors that have been able to connect me to multiple different people. I was actually connected to a phenomenal college coach that actually helped me get into NYU with a full ride. It just gives me family. It has given me a true purpose to continue to work towards my dreams. And it's honestly just been a true blessing to be a part of it all these years.
My name is Bobby Sanabria. I'm here at the Bronx Music Hall, and when people ask me what are the sounds of the Bronx, I'm going to give them to you right now. The Bronx Music Heritage Center is the cultural arm of WHEDco, and our mission is to preserve, honor, and to propagate the culture that exists here in the South Bronx, and more importantly, the music culture, because at one time we had as many or more nightclubs, catering halls, dance halls than Manhattan.
We wanted to kind of reconnect with that history, and that's why we started the Bronx Music Heritage Center as a place where artists and the community can connect with that rich history. The home for the Bronx Music Heritage Center is the Bronx Music Hall. It's the first performance venue of its size and scope built in the Bronx in over 50 years.
Knowing the diverse cultures that we have here in the Bronx, it's so cool to be able to get exposed to different cultures, to different traditions, cultural traditions, musical traditions, of all of the diverse peoples that make up our borough. And that WHEDco was able to build a space to celebrate that is super incredible.
We could do multiple events simultaneously. We have a 250-seat theater. We have a 100-seat amphitheater in the back. We have a stage out front. We have a huge lobby. We do lobby concerts there, a beautiful art gallery space, an incredible dance studio. We have a kitchen as well. So we have all that available to the community, and it's right here in the heart of the South Bronx.
To actually see it living and breathing and musicking on a day-to-day basis, with concerts, with movie nights, with salsa classes and drumming classes that young people and elders and artists, teaching artists are able to engage and to practice their craft and to pass it on, is just super incredible.
People in the community have told me when they walk by, they look at the marquee with a lot of pride, and that's what we exude here in the South Bronx.
There's so many kids who are in the Bronx as they were back in 1965, when the Bronx was that hub, generating so much of what we now know as music that drives the world, who's making sure that they have an instrument in their hands and making sure that they're playing. We're playing a role in that, and we're very proud of the fact that we are doing that.
Our inspiration is the legendary rock promoter, Bill Graham. He used to say, give the people what they want, but you gotta give them something that they need as well. At the place for all, the Bronx Music Hall.
We continue to have that engagement with community members, with small businesses, with artists in our community, with young people as well, to ensure that the services that we're providing in this space at the Bronx Music Hall, and of course with the institutions that are occupying space in our building, including the DOE's, the Department of Education's Child Care Center, that we're continuing to listen and to shape and adapt our programs in response to what the community is saying.
I always remember as a young kid, single mom, growing up with my sisters, what really made a difference in my life were the people who showed up for me. And all of what I remember and what I lived and my lived experience there has kind of shaped how I've kind of lived my life now, because I recognize that all of these things that I was able to learn and do kind of made me who I am today.
This place is a jewel in the South Bronx. I literally grew up 10 blocks away from here. So it's very gratifying for me, giving back to my community.
I think that's what keeps us moving as an organization, is that so many of us are either from the Bronx, live in the Bronx, grounded in the Bronx in some way, shape, or form. And so we feel compelled to, because we see the potential, because we see the opportunity, because we see all the assets that are here in the Bronx, that we are the assets in the Bronx. So it's testament to those who came before us that we are here and that we're able to continue to live this calling.
We come from a very tough environment, but WHEDco has taught families that despite the toughness in our environment, there's still a way to be successful and get to the next level. And WHEDco has all made it possible.